but now her insufferable husband is here.
Referee Manny Souza holding the hoods back. It looks like we're going to immediately go into the next match. Out comes BMT and Diego Alvarez. We seen it last show, Zach. We were on the call with BMT. There was something up. I know he despises JT Dunn, but there was just something up, and who knew he had the ace up his sleeve, that trick. And Diego Alvarez and Lex Lozano are the new Monarchy.
Yeah, you said it. These two, along with Lux Lozano, making a big impact after the tag team championship match. And Coach, I'd watch what you say about King BMT before he comes up here and makes good on the threats that he made towards you.
I mean, no matter what BMT says, he has a very good mind in pro wrestling. Obviously seeing something in Diego Alvarez and Lex Lozano. I mean, these guys have accomplished things all over New England and beyond, winning championships left and right, singles and tags. But I'm excited for this one. BMT aligning with Diego, this is a big first match together.
This is one of those teams that, like, I didn't know you needed on paper, but it's one of those teams that, now that it's a reality, you never know what could happen. I mean, but we know what's going to happen when BMT gets a microphone. And you see plenty of Burger King crowns out in the crowd. Try saying that 5 times fast.
BMT saying, if you're going to keep saying it, I'll leave. I mean, Zach, that's not a bad issue to have.
Well, here are some people who may ensure that BMT's out the door. I mean, Peter Gianni was once one of those guys who would hold the door open for BMT, His Royal Highness, but now looking to behead the king that once fed him.
He's been proving himself and testing himself against the best of the best in the RWA, and teaming with the guy who last month brought it out to him, a guy that he's been a thorn in his side, teaming with Coach Will. Zach, what a night of action we have so far.
I mean, I said it during the last match, sometimes the enemy of your enemy is your friend, and there's no better friend than Coach Will.
Coach Will, your reigning and defending RWA Ocean State champion, has proven to be a fighting champion, but we talk about dynamics. I don't know the dynamics of Peter Gianni and Coach Will. This is a guy that was costing him matches. This is a guy that wouldn't even look at him eye to eye. So we're getting all the way to this, Zach, but this is what it comes down to. This is RWA April Reign, a dynamic against a partnership that's trying to work against one that was already kind of established, I guess.
Listen, it's been a year since the Zote got onto the call for RWA, and it was for that man, Coach Will. And a lot has changed over that year. We see what's in the ring right now, the new Monarchy, but we also see that respect is earned through battle, through war. That's what Peter Gianni and Coach Will did over the Ocean State Championship, which allows them now to come into this match with a common interest, and that is to put an end to the new Monarchy before it can even really get rolling.
You said it perfectly, Zach. You know, it's kind of a full circle moment. It was in this very building the last time the RWA was here that Peter Gianni, Super Fro, and Young Boy debuted and helped BMT, or tried to make their best attempt to make sure that Mike Rossa wouldn't get the job done. And it's crazy to see all these years later, it's come down to this.
This is a bunch of explosive elements. And if you thought that last tag team match was anything, now that the bell has sounded for this, who knows what's going to happen? Starting things off, it's Pavi Guapo, Peter Gianni. I mean, this would be a killer singles match in my opinion, but we're getting it right here in this tag team match at April Reign.
That's the beauty of the RWA. You never know what could happen. Diego Alvarez, Peter Gianni, respective starting quarterbacks, and here we go. Collar and elbow to kick things off.
I actually got to speak with Diego earlier before this matchup, and you were alluding to how BMT had his eye on Diego and Lux of Guapo Suave, but Diego also kind of had an eye for someone like a BMT, that veteran instinct, somebody who has won so many championships, has ruled over New England with an iron fist. In his own words, who wouldn't want to be on the same side as someone like a BMT?
You said it perfectly right now. Diego Alvarez able to get the upper hand on Gianni, not for long, going up and over. Cover, this could do it.
I mean, there's a reason Peter Gianni is called a cut above the rest. He floated above Diego and sends him down to the mat. Beautiful arm drag.
Big Irish whip. Diego Alvarez seems to have an answer, but Peter Gianni trying to one-up Diego, and it's looking good. This match is back and forth, but Peter Gianni saying he's a cut above. Big strike from the champ.
I mean, come on. How are you going to be okay with that? That's a foul ball, right?
You said it as it is, Zach. Coach Will, Peter Gianni seems to have some sort of dynamic work and cover. Cutting the ring in half, and it's working right now.
They're looking to cook the bases and ensure that Diego stays in their dugout. And you see right there, Coach Will, this unorthodox team is working quite well in the early goings, but I would not count out this new Monarchy so early.
We talk about some of the most successful tag teams like the unit that are able to work together, cut the ring in half, make fast tags, and Peter Gianni and Coach Will are putting it on display. Another cover.
You talk about dynamics, you talk about the tag team championships. It's going to be interesting to see how Trigger the OG and Cash Money get along in our main event as the challengers for the tag team championships, and who knows, the winner of this match could be next in line for whoever wins in our main event. And right now it's going towards Coach Will as he scoops up Diego and ensures that the camera can see it. Big body slam.
Cover once again, about the fourth cover in this match. Only a 2 count, but Zach, only one more second and Coach Will and Gianni can get the job done here tonight.
Yeah, but you need 3, not 2. 3 strikes and you're out. And Diego Alvarez is certainly not out yet. He can take a licking and keep on ticking with the best of them. I can assure you from personal experience. But I also have that experience when it comes to Peter Gianni, and he has been cutting them down no matter who's been presented to him. But there's a cut right there to the throat, and now here comes the king.
Big throat chop from Diego Alvarez, the King BMT coming in, former RWA heavyweight champion. Big tag in. BMT feeling this one, but not realizing that Zach, he's got to look to the other side.
Yeah, see, that's the experience of a BMT, to be able to make a tag where your opponent can't see it. And now Diego Alvarez, who's been collecting tag team championships, takes advantage of the opening and looks to get the new Monarchy into that tag team championship conversation here in the RWA.
Diego Alvarez, just like that, the tides have turned, and the Monarchy is in possession of this match, drilling right to the back of Gianni and Zach. In a match like this, you have to slow down Gianni.
Exactly right. You see BMT Diego, they've already got matching gear, which means if they were willing to coordinate the gear coming into April Rain, that means they have coordinated an efficient plan of attack. And it is clearly seeing Peter Gianni as the biggest threat. And it's like earlier, if they can break down Peter Gianni, keep Coach Will on that apron as a non-factor, it's going to be beneficial for the new Monarchy.
You mentioned what a factor it could be right now, but Gianni trying to do whatever it takes, fighting back against Diego Alvarez. Zach, you mentioned what a singles competition this could be, but this is tag. It takes 2 to tango, and Diego once again in possession.
Diego is one of the best dance partners you can find anywhere on the Northeast. BMT figured that out firsthand, and our official's hand almost hit the mat for a 3, and it's almost starting to pay dividends for BMT taking a chance on Diego Alvarez.
Alvarez grabbing Gianni right now by the hair, cutting the ring in half. Perfect tag happening. Here comes BMT, former heavyweight champion here in the RWA, looking to climb the ranks once again.
And you see the smug face on Diego. You see it on BMT. It's like they're a matching set as much as the gear is. These two guys are coming into this with like minds, an equal playing field. Papi Guapo is no second lackey. This guy is just as qualified as BMT.
Just as qualified, trying to fight back right now. Gianni sending BMT packing, but Zach, you can also see Bill playing a huge toll on Gianni. Cover, kick out at 2. If he was able to hook that leg quicker, we could have the match be over.
Exactly right, astute observation, but another observation is the fact that it may have given Peter, he only was a fingertip away, but he got a full hand of tag to BMT to his man Diego Alvarez, and that's a precision elbow to the spine. And clearly they're trying to break his back and humble the chef.
Drilling that lower lumbar with a big knee right there, Diego Alvarez. But he can't let it get to him right now. It seems stuttering for a second, but drilling once again to Gianni.
Yeah, I tried to get words with Peter Gianni after our last event, and BMT decided to make it about him. and point out that this is what it looks like when you're no longer with the Monarchy, that this is personal beating that they're putting on Peter Gianni. This is a mission statement being sent to the entire locker room, the threat that this new Monarchy will bring, but Peter Gianni trying to alleviate it the best he can, hitting anything that moves.
Big boot to BMT, wiping both members out, and this could be the moment. The question is, Zach, does he have enough in him to get that tag? Can he make it to Coach Will?
The chef offered a 2-for-1 special on that shotgun dropkick. He was fingers away earlier, and now he's inching, reaching with everything he has. Coach Will is trying to give him as much space as possible, but there once again is Papi Guapo. And there goes Papi Guapo. Here comes Coach Will.
Big fast pitch to BMT, one to Diego Alvarez. He's winding him up and knocking him down. Swing, batter, and he's wiping him out, and Coach Will's feeling it.
He's been waiting to come up to the mound, and he's coming in swinging like the best of them. And Diego may be going for a ride across the playground.
The same move he was able to put down opponent after opponent. This could do it. Only a 2 count. BMT able to break it up.
That's the right place, right time that BMT is known for. But Peter Gianni now sees the opportunity. BMT had it scouted though, and blows out the lungs.
Wiping Gianni out. We are down to Coach Will and BMT right now, both to their feet. Catching BMT off guard. If he puts him away, this could be it.
Oh, it may not have been pretty, but that neckbreaker be sexy as usual. And there's a tag. BMT all the way up for a cut above. And you know that's got to be insult to injury to Peter Gianni on the floor. Calls himself a cut above the rest, but he's not above the new Monarchy, and neither is Coach Will.
BMT and Diego Alvarez, big win in the RWA. First match as an alliance officially here, and they made a statement here today. But Zach, Coach Will and Gianni can't hold their heads too low.
No, absolutely not. They threw it the best they possibly could. But like I mentioned earlier, there is something about this duo that locker room is not ready for. This new Monarchy may be the most dangerous version of it, more dangerous than Peter Gianni, Super Pro, and Young Boy. With Guapo Suave and BMT, these royal poppies, if you will, are looking to steamroll anybody that gets in their way.
Making it look easy tonight, and the chemistry in one match is impeccable between these two. Adding Lex Lozano, I am scared, Zach. I am scared to see what the future holds for the RWA.
It'll be interesting to see what the future holds now after this victory for whoever comes out of our main event. Still the RWA Tag Team Champions between the Unit and Trigger the OG and Cash Money. And on top of that, there's so much more action as April Reign continues.